A sequel nobody asked for.
Well, hello there. This is a sequel nobody asked for. But what you might not know is that we also have social media that nobody asked for. In fact, the only thing that we do ask for is that you give us a follow on our Instagram, our Facebook, and our Twitter at aSNAF Social.
That's so much stuff.
Community. It's a lot. It's a lot of stuff. We love to interact with you guys, see behind the scenes, upcoming projects, see what happened at Shrek Fest. So now that we got that shameless plug nobody asked for out of the way, let's get into tonight's video for you guys.
Yo, guys, it's me, Lil Rumpy, up in the out.
It's me, ATG, all that glitters, baby.
NSA.
Okay, so
And
we're
Blackbeard.
doing the Reunion podcast. Little did you know. Little did anybody know here that we're doing the Reunion podcast. We did Shrek Fest. We're going to talk about it. Yeah, that's pretty much it. We're just going to talk about how great it was and some of the behind the scenes of it. Besides that, yeah, we got a lot of new stuff going on. There's going to be a lot of content dropping.
You guys are going to get sick of us quick.
Yep. 3 times
Nobody
a week.
asked
You're
for
going to see us 3 times a week every week. It's gonna
You're
be
telling
a
me
beautiful thing.
3 times a week every week?
Every
Dude,
week.
hey,
we're
I
going-
got to see myself 7 days a week, dude. I'm sick of that.
Oh my goodness. It sounds like something nobody would ask for.
Right.
Wow.
We're talking Tuesdays. We're talking Thursdays. We're talking Saturdays. 3 times a week. Stuff's going to be dropped. Go ahead and follow us on any social as Sequel Nobody Asked For. Boom, boom, boom. aSNAF Social. So, here's the deal, y'all. Great people have done great things. Just like us. We are great people, obviously.
You can tell. You can just look and see.
We're going to start off the episode just like we know how great we were. Let's talk about other people. Let's get some quotes going. I'm going to see if you guys know these quotes from anywhere. Let's start. No is just a thought that never crosses my mind. Do you guys know who said that quote?
Sounds like Kanye West, but
I believe that was the late great ATG.
No.
Now that I'm thinking Shrek Fest, is this Lil Rumpy?
This is not me.
Is this Shrek Fest related, or is this just famous quotes?
Isn't
are
everything
famous
Shrek
quotes.
Fest related?
Kanye
To
West.
set the mood.
Oh,
That's
famous
the
quotes to set the mood. All right, I got it. The Dalai Lama.
What?
Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was going to say Michael Scott.
No. It always crosses his mind.
No!
No. It is actually Nickelback.
Oh,
Nickelback as a group or like Chad
like
Kroger?
Chad. Yeah.
Chad Kroger. Does he own Pick and Save?
Yeah, him and Avril Lavigne before they broke up.
Oh, okay.
Now Avril Lavigne's a robot or something. So
Yeah,
Well,
that's the only reason they broke up.
sure.
The joke is fucking terrible. I love it.
What's new?
as you can tell, these are good quotes. I'm gonna do one more because you guys can't stand it, obviously. If you expect disappointment, then you can never truly be disappointed.
We're all nerds here. That's Spider-Man. That's MJ. That's my girl Zendaya.
Yeah, I had no idea, but thanks for the comment.
Yeah. He said that like we're all nerds here. I would not have guessed that.
I was like, I don't deny that part.
I would never have
but-
guessed that. Are you sure about that one?
I'm going to be wrong now, but she says that in the movie, so I'm not wrong, even if I'm wrong.
Where does she say that in the movie?
Well, maybe I'm like just hearing the whole idea behind it, but she says something about in No Way Home. She's like, I don't like. Now I'm going to sound stupid because I feel like I'm about to say what it is, and it's not at all what he said. She says, I don't like. She's like, I just don't expect anything.
I would say, like, I sold shirts that pretty much said that in high school, so I don't know.
Whatever. Just who is it? I don't care.
I said that.
Okay, so
And
here's
this
the
is
deal.
why we
What
show
the-
your work on your homework.
No, it was actually from Lucy from Despicable Me.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Ew.
That's why I did not know.
Do we just want to like establish a timeline for everybody to just kind of illustrate just how absurd this fucking thing is?
Okay. I also am lying. It was MJ. You're not crazy, Alex. Sorry about that.
Dang, that could have gone for weeks. For
The
weeks.
fact that you knew it.
If there's
That's beautiful.
Instant.
if there's two things we know about me, one,
Yes.
it's I'm easy to gaslight. Two is that I have unreliable internet services.
And
And
3.
now, now on my second monitor, I'm gonna check to see if one of the kids from Despicable Me was even named Lucy. Anyway, yes, as Little Rumpy pointed out, we did actually form a musical group to perform at the Shrekfest pre-show.
Hold on. Before you get too far there, Kyle, I want to clarify that we formed a 5-piece indie duo, just to clarify.
Correct.
Yes, it was a 5-piece indie duo. How does that even happen? How early do we want to go back?
How does that happen?
Do we want to go back when we first discovered Shrekfest, or
Let's go back to the beginning. Basically, we knew we loved Shrek from the start, as you can all tell. We all love Shrek. So what happens is we see online there is this thing called Shrek Festival. I see friends posting about it, having a grand time. And we go, we want to perform there. That's what we want to do. We want to share our music with the world that we've been working on for months, for years, dedicated to Shrek. That's
Okay, so
exactly
you want
what happened, correct, Kyle?
yeah, if you want the lies, that's not behind the music, as it were. Yeah, no. Oh, we found Shrekfest, and then we were like, I sent Lil Rumpy a video. It was like, hey, do you want to do this? And he's like, yeah, but we could do a better job at the music. And it's like, all right, bet, let's do it. And then we emailed them right then and there to start to see if we could get on stage. And this was in mid-June, I want to say.
June. And that was when we got denied. But because they filled up all the slots like almost immediately. So
Yeah,
they didn't
yeah.
even look at our stuff. They didn't even know the greatness that Ogre Patrol was. Because we gave them stuff and then they were like, okay, wait a minute. We don't need you anymore. So we stopped working on things. We basically stopped working on things.
Done.
And they come back at us and they're like, so what do you have? And we're like, wait a minute. We didn't know we were doing this anymore. We had one song, and that was Get Out of My Swamp, was the only one that was like moderately done, excluding everybody else's lyrics besides mine and Kyle's. Everyone else had not done anything on it. They come at us and we go, okay, so yeah, sure. Look at these demos that are halfway done. They loved them. They loved that they were halfway done. And we went with it. But then you heard that August 10th to the 2nd, we had to just make, I want to say we did 8 songs. I don't know if we have the set list on us or not. We're going to go through the set list.
7 songs.
I
one
think
song played twice.
So outside of the 2 encores we did 7 songs because we ended up mixing one of the songs.
Yeah. So we did a total of 9 songs.
I just love
performed, 8 songs prepared.
You just dropped that nonchalant. All the encores we did.
Yeah. 2 encores.
Yeah, we did do 2 encores, but that's getting ahead of ourselves.
2. I'd say honestly, I'd say 2 1/4 because I believe one of our members was called back upon stage after the second encore.
This is ahead of time.
Just saying.
Like 2 and an ellipsis, a little.
But essentially, what Justin's getting at is being the big one with music production background. How many songs did you build over the course of like 2.5 weeks?
Yeah.
And I think it would have been the 7 songs then, the 7 others that we did. I think.
Well, because even the ones you had early demos for were not the versions that all we used.
I was going to say, if you took the pieces that were from songs that we didn't
so that's
think
the
you
thing,
fleshed
we
out.
mixed.
But...
Yep. So we had like early versions of a couple songs that I just completely went, not what we want. So
because it was like the whole idea.
The
whole idea at the beginning though was like no like actual Shrek music. That was the whole point, was like all these bands are probably going to come in here and just all star. We want completely original Shrek music. And I feel like we delivered, but it got to the point where we only had 3 weeks to prepare. And like some of the tracks were just like ideas, not even drafts, like literally just ideas. And then, you know, you only have so much time to prepare. You have to fill out a set list. Here comes All Star. Here comes I Need a Hero. But we did it in our own way, at least, where it was still original.
We did it in the rumpy way.
Oh yes,
we really rubbed it up.
The little rumpy way.
But so essentially, we send them the demos. They love it. They ask us if we want to perform, not at Shrek Fest, but at like an actual like music venue.
Yeah, they asked us to kick off Shrek Fest.
Yeah, we were
first act.
We were the ones that were like, they had no knowledge of us. We did not meet them or even actually talk with them until day of. And they're like, here are the keys to the Shrek Kingdom.
Yeah, have you guys ever thought like maybe they had like, I don't know, like a famous person? They're like, oh my God, we got someone to perform like way above our pay grade, way above Shrek Fest pay grade, like some famous band. And then they dropped out last minute and they were like, oh, we got these guys with like a couple demos. Maybe, I mean, they wanted to perform and we need someone now. I guess we don't have a choice.
So you're saying they got a band that nobody asked for?
Oh shit!
Yes, we can't insert. We just can't insert it and go like, oh.
You can.
I think I just did, even though
it's clever.
Nobody asked for it.
Did you say he just made a pun nobody asked for?
On the next episode, we're gonna have to change the name of our podcast before Justin loses his mind. Anyway, timeline of this. So this was like August 12th, around. So
Correct.
when they got back to us, because as you'll find out,
it was earlier than that.
Was it earlier than that?
Yeah, because the 12th or the 13th is when Justin asked me to help out, and I was like, okay,
right. Well, at this point, it was still just myself and Justin. We had to expand. They still thought we were an indie duo. In fact, I think if you still like go through archives of their like event posts, they still say hit from the indie duo Ogre Patrol, which we are. We are the indie duo.
We are a 5-piece collaborative indie Shrek themed duo, and that is a fact.
But so Justin, you reached out to our talented people on the right side here, and Zach, who is not with us.
Yeah.
What happened?
Rest in peace, homie.
Not with us.
The big bad wolf got him.
Rest in peace, Granny. I hope you're up there eating tuna fish right now.
Oh.
No, just scheduling wise, it didn't work out with Zach. It's hard to get all 5 of us on here all the time, obviously. But that's the thing about future content with us. We're going to be streamlining a lot of stuff so that you guys can see more of us. You might even see some new faces. You might even think we have official members now. There were some people who were coming on as guests who didn't really know how often they wanted to be on and stuff like that. We've got official members now. It is not just a couple of us now. We've got a whole troop. I won't say how many people.
I think there's at least 4 if I counted correctly.
Yes, there's at least 4. Which
math
gives
nobody asked
no
for.
more information. It gives
all these
no more
jokes,
information.
It might not be for very long.
But yeah, Justin asked them, and you guys and Zach all contributed fantastically. How was writing your guys' lyrics? How was that experience on such short notice?
Let me just tell you. At first, it was pretty much pure anxiety. Like with that little time of prep, what at the start was like pure anxiety, because I was like for the lyric writing, at least I was like, I'm not worried about memorizing it. I got that down. As long as I get the lyrics by this time, I know I can go over them. I can memorize them. I can get the act ready. But I'm like, Shrek themed lyrics and making them good, like that is something that I would obsess over if it was like a project I was demoting a lot of time to. Is something I'd obsess over for a while to make sure they were perfect. So it started with this like anxiety, and then I started to like get in the groove of the songs and like feel the song and like feel out what the purpose of the song was. And especially when I got to Gingerbread, I felt like Eminem.
You're the Ginger
Like
Dead Man.
Eminem, but on drugs.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
On
was
drugs, Eminem.
Yeah.
that was the ultimate Gingerbread hype song.
Is
Definitely.
it Eminem on drugs?
Comments
you're just
nobody asked
Eminem?
for. Moving on.
I don't know, but I felt like I don't know. I felt empowered because I was the Ginger Dead Man, and so when it came to writing songs for the Gingerbread song, I was like, I really like, I gotta show up, and so that was like one of the first songs I really like fine tuned, and then after that, it was just easy sailing. The freaking Shrek was just sweating out of all my pores. I was Shrekking it up everywhere. I was Shreky at work. I was Shreky at the gym. I was Shreky at the grocery store, just Shrekking all over the place.
I was at the grocery store trying to get a prop. I wanted a box of Frankenberries. Could not find it anywhere to reference one of my lines in one of my songs. Could not find it in the aisle. I was recording myself because I wanted to like record myself finding the Frankenberries. And basically what happened was I didn't find the Frankenberries. What I found was a guy in a Minion shirt just smiling at me as if he knew, as if he's the one that took all the Frankenberries.
He took the last
I hate you, Minion.
Yeah.
Bill Rumpy hates Minions. Yeah. Continue. Daniel, what was your experience?
Yeah, so my experience was similar but very different to what Alex was explaining here. The anxiety was all there, but it wasn't like just about the lyrics. It was, oh, I have to memorize things, perform things, know what Shrek is. I had to do all these things. I mean, I knew what Shrek was. I have seen all the movies quite a few times, but all the other stuff, literally no clue. Like, I feel like I was taking like master classes on how to do any of it. I'd never written lyrics, never performed on a stage since like 8th grade for like a violin. So like very, very different. But similar then again to Alex, like just kind of listening to the masterfully crafted art that is the brain of Little Rumpy over there. Just kind of sitting, listening to it over and over again at the grocery store while I'm working, while I'm sitting doing nothing. Like that was 3 weeks of nonstop pure rump-age, if I could say so myself. And so that just kind of gave the motivation to kind of figure something out, you know? And so I ended up being very proud with what everybody did, but especially like for myself, just that kind of personal pride of, I mean, I wrote all these lyrics. I thought I was going to need help from one or all of my Ogre Patrol brethren, you know, but ended up working out. We had a great time, and once in a lifetime, hopefully thrice in a lifetime opportunity, you know?
Thrice? Why thrice?
Right.
Specifically.
Shrek the Third was the best one, so.
What?
For another time.
Tune in next week to find out what happens between NSA and ATG, Battle of the Three-Lettered People.
We were talking about lyrics and stuff. We're going to go through what we thought everybody else's favorite lines were.
So
like,
our favorite lines
just some
from
honorable
other people.
mentions. Yeah, like something that stuck out for other people. We'll just, I want to say my favorite line of Daniel's was like, because he was Pinocchio basically, or a knockoff Pinocchio.
No strings attached. Mm-hmm.
No
Puppet
strings
man.
attached. He referenced having no hands up me. He said, ain't no hands up me. I loved that.
No strings attached. Now I'm free.
His way of saying that the man didn't have him.
And he made
it by saying he has no
none.
hands inside of him. That's great.
Cut it.
Kyle had a few, but I want to say my favorite was not the Shrek do the roar, the kid do the roar thing, because I helped do that one, so I'm not gonna say that one.
Right.
So that
nice little plug there. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say this one. It was the best, but I did it.
No, it was the only line that we collaboratively did. I think the entire time. Maybe some That was pretty much it. Yeah, that was it. As far
Yeah,
as
that was the only line that like we like
Discussed.
you gave me essentially. Yeah.
Yeah, and like Kyle did a few of the lyrics for like Zach for the Shrek is Love song, but besides that, like we didn't really collaborate in that way. It was a lot of Kyle was just making a lot of lyrics. But I love the all-star rap of Kyle's. Pretty
Almost
much
as a whole,
that was
yeah.
pretty dope.
Which is
the
funny
flow was
because
good. The flow was good.
which is funny because like going into it, I was like, I don't know how many people are gonna like understand that it's just a shit ton of songs from the Shrek soundtrack name dropped.
But it was sick though because
Yeah.
it was also that what is it? It was just a lot slower of a song, at least like for the beat.
Yep.
Compared to the others.
Groovy.
So it was the flow. It was like the voice inflection you did at the end of lines. Day, like that. Oh,
Mhm.
it was vibing. It was.
Yeah.
I don't. That does not obviously
Yeah.
do it justice.
See,
I'm not HG.
You said that it was a slower
Alex
song,
is-
and I mentioned the beat, and so then it starts playing in my head, and then you did that impersonating Kyle, and I just got chills.
Oh,
You know, I'm
goosebumps.
just like, it just brought me back to the moment of seeing him actually do it, being next to me, like, wow, that guy right there, all that glitters really is gold.
He did my favorite part that Kyle did was like he ended a line and just did like a vocalization after that was like or something like afterwards.
Oh, okay.
The whole gingerbread rap was beautiful.
You went
I
you went so hard on your gingerverse.
Yeah.
In my head,
Mhm.
I had to cut it back though in my lyric writing, because the lyrics got like really deep in the first half. If you guys saw my original second half, it was literally, it was this big analogy about like talking about how I'm like a shitty gingerbread person and like life's taking control of me and I have these little ginger snap kids.
You
and,
went
like, I should be a good
you went
father.
like to like the darkest place of your
Dude,
personal
I
life
went-
for like
yeah.
Pure method
I
acting.
let me write almost like a depressed diary entry and then theme it gingerbread. And I literally had to cut it back because it got real. It got worse than it
So-
was.
In my head, when you say that, I'm imagining you built a gingerbread house, gingerbread family, and then just like went in like Godzilla mode, just destroyed it to get inspiration for how to write these sad gingerbread lyrics. Like you built this whole family up, this whole life, and you just
It was a world building experience. I had a wife and kids, and it was like literally it was like tucking the ginger. There was a line about like tucking the ginger snaps in bed, grab a cold ginger beer to silence the millions of thoughts in my head or something.
Jesus Christ.
wow.
It got
Good
it got. So that didn't make the cut.
Didn't fit the cookie cutter mold there.
I would have appreciated that line. I don't think anybody else would have.
Maybe
in
one
my-
day we get
like-
that extended cut, you know?
Maybe
Extended
we'll maybe
version
one day we'll
Ginger
get there.
Dead Man expose of the original lyrics.
Yeah.
I'd listen. I'd tune
Yeah,
into that.
I would actually. I really kind of enjoy knowing what's on the cutting room floor.
Yeah,
Because
it really stunk because like, not that it stank. It ended up good, and I just tried to make it more like, I don't know, edgy and almost like boastful as rapping can be. Kind of match that vibe, just like bring up the energy, especially because like if for some odd reason it was a song everybody was like went dark on,
Yeah.
I would have kept that energy, but it didn't feel like, what am I supposed to do? Like rap about like my freaking ginger kids and my drinking problems and all this, and then and then just I Need a Hero comes in, and then I need a hero. I need someone to save me from myself.
I'll say that one for me, like I got like I'd say kind of a theme for every song. It was like, hey, this one is generic rap stuff and gingerbread, like baking things. Like I got like two little hints, and like I feel like at one point like I missed a meeting or something like that. I didn't even know that was the song we were doing. So I'm writing lyrics literally based on baking things and generic rap stuff, and I don't know much about generic rap stuff, and I don't like to bake. So that was a great experience for me. And then hearing it like and practicing it together and stuff like that, and then kind of tweaking my lyrics to then I just turned it into kind of, instead of hyping myself up, I'm hyping up the Ginger Dead Man over here because he's just going off. And so that was a cool experience for me, kind of that collaborative. We're not writing the lyrics together, but like little tweaks after practicing together. Yeah. The abundance of practice that we had together. I think there was maybe
honestly, I don't think anyone's gonna believe that we have any kind of bad reputation after that. So I'm fine with
it.
Yeah.
I am a firm believer that we did not get any sort of bad rap. I'm even on my way to say that we're all stars.
We should bring up our practice sessions and the big hurdle with that. So we, given the short notice and given that we had 5 people, we did not meet up live once until the day of. We practiced via Discord.
And Kyle, do you remember how many times we practiced over Discord?
I want to say it was a total of 3.
Was it 3 or was it 2?
I believe it was 2.
It was 2.
2?
Yeah.
Okay. We had the initial meeting. We had a couple meetings.
We had meetings, but
we had more meetings.
Only 2, and only one where we actually went through everything, and we still didn't even go through every song. And so that was something for me, especially like having done nothing like this before, kind of sitting in solitude, practicing these things, writing these things, like sending people clips and stuff like that, but like not doing it for anybody, and then practicing it online where the music doesn't match up with what people are saying.
that was the part that was hard for me, because it's like, okay, yeah, the music is going and everybody's like a second delay because it's just Discord audio chatting. That's what happened.
One song that still had Justin's backing vocals on it.
Yeah.
And then he was still rapping over it. So I heard Justin rapping 2 seconds ahead of Justin rapping.
Far, far away. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Especially for me too, because like there were a lot of them. I missed one of the meetings. I think I slept through it or something like that. So I didn't know where I was in any of these songs until the last run through. So I literally was in the Rumpy zone listening to these songs over and over. I'm like, I think this is about where, like, how long it should be. I'll just put my stuff here. And so I was listening over and over for Far, Far Away to Justin's recorded thing to try to figure out where to go. And then when we practice it, I couldn't hear a word. So I'm like, I don't know where I'm supposed to go. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just talking through these lyrics and I can't hear anyone else. So yeah, this is going to be great.
We actually only, some of you met in person for the first time at this event as well, which made it even more hilarious. In the green room, we did a practice run through where we just kind of chilled and like didn't go super hard, but we were all just like saying our lyrics when our lyrics were supposed to go and like getting cues right, talking about what we're gonna do live, little nuances, double claps that we're gonna do between each other. We just little stuff like that, like talking about when we were gonna blow up a bunch of inflatable candy canes and throw them out to the audience.
Well, that's the thing is we did that while we were practicing.
We were literally blowing up the candy canes as
it's our parts and everything.
Like there was a part in Get Out of My Swamp where like all Daniel wanted to do, instead of saying "Get Out of My Swamp," which we had the crowd doing. Guys, we had a ton of people yelling back at us, "Get out of my swamp." That's beautiful. But during it, Daniel just wanted to be like in the background going like swamp, 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 swamp. And I said, no, this is not happening.
That's all I'm saying. Imagine that with a 6 Shrek beat.
There was a moment where we were killing it. We were absolutely killing it. We were doing an encore of Get Out of My Swamp. And I look over at Daniel, I give him the look, and I'm like, you can do it. You can do the thing. I don't know if he ended up doing it or not, though.
I did. It was a little bit shorter than I had originally planned. Good. Yeah, but that was the thing. That was the thing with the entire performance, with all 5 of us and everything that we did. There was no real communication of like the high five thing was literally we're practicing upstairs. We're like, oh yeah, we'll do this.
Yeah, maybe we'll do this.
It's like, okay, yeah, let's do this. Yeah, we'll do that up there. Cool.
I know
that unspoken.
Everything. I know. For me, the magical moment that I think about, and that was completely improvised, is during the is one of Zach Shrek's love songs. Justin had me run out into the crowd and interact with them. Kind of be like, yeah, get into the Shrek song, you know. And then I come back to the stage, and we brought in these automaton, the automaton instruments as props that we weren't going to end up using. And I was like, oh, I have to use this. This is right in the trumpet solo. So then I grab it, and then I like almost get down on one knee, and then like play the automaton to the trumpet, and like there was just this magic moment where nobody knew what the fuck I was doing.
But
everyone loved it. Everyone
ended up loving it.
They didn't know what was going on, but they were screaming.
The thing I don't know, as viewers were probably just like, what the hell? Like the people that didn't come there to see Shrekfest stuff, because this was a venue where there was also a bar. So like there were people who were there just on a Friday night, and they're like, Shrekfest guys, okay, we'll check this out. And then you see everybody in the crowd was at least going, rocking their head, going like this. Like there was not a single person just standing there. Like it was strange.
Like it was intense.
When you like normally see an opener, like if you're going to a concert or whatever, you normally see an opener like say there's 2 openers at like a normal show. The first opener, like nobody's like into it, not because they're bad, but just like because nobody's ready to like isn't warmed up and ready to like
bringing the vibe up still.
Yeah,
you're getting
and then the second opener is like they're a little more loose, but like they're still waiting for the main event. The main event's like we were in the context of how it went down. We were the opener, the second opener, and the final act all in one.
All in one song.
Nobody wanting to collaborate, like, oh, what's going on? And then we got them a little bit into it. And by the end, they were all screaming, "Get out of my swamp!" And then they were screaming off stage one more song.
Like, and that was the thing for me. Like, I feel like that wasn't just one song within Lil Rumpy's verse, ATG's verse, and by the time that Ginger Deadman and I get up there and we're doing the next "Get Out of My Swamps," like, there's literally most of the crowd is yelling back to us because they get it. By that point, it's been repetitive enough. Like they get it, and they're already yelling back to us. And we're looking at like there's a couple times even in the live stream that I'm looking over at Alex, and we're looking at each other, and we're like,
"Holy shit!
Okay, this is happening. This is what we're doing."
I mean, that bass in the sound check.
That's what I wanted to say.
I heard the bass on "Get Out of My Swamp" during the sound
we all
check.
look at each other. First time not listening to this music on a phone or a computer speaker, like headphones or something, and we feel it. And Justin says it before it starts. He's like, "Yeah, this bass is going to go hard." And we're like, we've heard it. Yeah, we know. But then it goes and it literally rumbles.
Yeah, you feel it in your
stage rumbles. And we're up there with like lighting and everything like, on an actual stage, looking at each other all in person for the first time. Mic set up. And we're all like, this is real.
This is an actual real thing we're doing.
Not like, obviously not perfect. Nothing turned out perfect. But it got pretty darn close to with what we had.
Like exceeded all expectations.
The bass came through amazing kind of thing. Like, whoa, what the heck? Like
that
the All-Star bass, in my opinion, was ridiculous. Oh no, when I messaged Zach, like Zach just thought he was gonna lay down a few lines and like pre-record it, and then I'd just play those songs live, and it'd be me and Kyle just still going at it. I was like, oh no, I want you to perform with us too. And he's like, oh, okay. And he's like, oh, we're gonna perform for 2 people at this thing that don't know it's gonna be a Shrek thing. I'm like, no, people are coming because it's Shrek, and that we are going to be
from
playing.
out of state.
Like, what?
That was wild.
Texas.
Didn't somebody? Texas. People flew in for first the actual fest itself, but then they were there from Texas, and it's like, oh shit. Well, if we mess up, it's not just located in this area anymore.
Yeah, shout out to them.
Shout out
they're watching.
Shout out to my guy Jim in the big Shrek costume. We're like, why are they all cheering for us? We haven't got on stage yet. It wasn't us. It was my guy Jim.
I'm pretty sure Jim is the guy who runs the Shrekfest Twitter.
Is he real? That makes sense.
That's awesome.
Because I know he's liked one of our posts. And yes, the stickers. Oh my god. Justin,
if you take one, you got to take 2.
If you want to talk about like where it got real, quote unquote real for me, where it started to feel really real, was honestly we got there that day and there was like, you see this at so many venues, but on the dumpster outside and like in the bathroom, they had places where like all the bands that have performed there have put their stickers there to like show that they performed there, and that's a big thing you see at a lot of like venues for like bands like coming up. And like that's never something I've gotten to participate in, at least, and always something I've wanted to participate in. And it was like that for me, even though we hadn't done sound check. We haven't set anything up yet. All being there together in our costumes, ready to go, and like getting out the sticker and putting it on that dumpster, and then
both bathrooms. Yeah, you
and
did
in the
both
bathrooms.
bathrooms. Impressive.
In both bathrooms. Yeah, it was. I was like, okay, we're doing this.
It was just funny the whole like initially showing people stuff for this too, trying to get people we knew hyped as well, because we're like, we do need some people to come to the show, because we didn't know originally like how big it was going to be. Once we realized, oh, it's going to be an actual event, we don't need to really advertise it that much. But like initially, we definitely were like, hey, check this thing out. To hear people just go like, wait, this is real music, and not just like, oh.
That was the one
is
reaction I heard from everybody, is like they were surprised that it sounded actually good, because I think they were just coming in with the expectation that we're just going to go on stage and say Shrek,
All-Star.
Shrek, like
All-Star Swan.
That's literally
Yeah.
what we did.
just completely make shit up.
That's what
And
I
like,
Yeah. Which is a great thing. You guys should follow us on everything, because guess what? We put that much effort into everything, except for this
not only
podcast. This podcast was pretty last minute.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about. I was fully prepared for this in my full costume from the show.
As you can see, I fully knew we were talking about Shrekfest. I totally knew that, and now I don't know how to change my name. Like, everybody's got their names up. I was not Blackbeard. I was the Ginger Dead Man. But I thought we were just doing, I don't know, something else.
Reaction.
Could you pull up?
Wouldn't normally see it.
Could you pull up one of the videos, even
One
if
of the
it's just
highlights?
in the background, so we can have like a visual for people to like see it?
while we're going at it, how was your family's experience with it? When your families found out what you were doing, what were their reactions?
So let me just tell you, both me and my sister had a very eventful weekend that weekend. Like her and her boyfriend were at literally like the Indy 500 racetrack, paid to go. They were both paid to go out there because he had like a race where he was like top 16 in the country for this event, literally up for like $15,000.
What's his name?
It was like this whole big thing.
What's his name?
And what?
What's his name?
His name's Joe Holman.
Shout out to him.
Shout out to
Yeah.
him.
Yeah,
he
Shout
does
out to
it,
him,
like,
top 16 in the country.
It's like virtual racing. It's like e-racing, but it's like
Still, shout out to him.
Still.
I don't get it, but it's like it's a
You
really
top
big
16
deal.
in anything.
Yeah.
It's like
It
a
is
really
amazing.
big deal. And then I'm like, hey, I'm
Yeah.
a guy. I'm gonna dress up like a gingerbread man and sing some Shrek songs.
Yeah.
And we got to my mom's house, like that Sunday. So the performance was Friday. It was Memorial Day weekend. We got there that Sunday, hang out with my mom for Memorial Day weekend. I didn't bring up Shrekfest at all. My sister starts to go to talk to my mom about her weekend. I'm not saying anything. I'm just sitting on the couch listening. And she goes, oh, I really wanted to show you like these pictures and stuff. And my mom goes, wait, stop. Alex, I've been waiting all day. We need to watch this Shrekfest video. She made me go. She interrupted my sister. Literally, like, shut up, Sam. Like, we went on to the internet, pulled up our YouTube. We watched the entire set. She made us watch the entire video.
Entire thing.
Watched the entire thing. And my mom loved it. And my sister was mad though too, because she was enjoying it. She looked like some parts she was enjoying it, but she was mad that my mom cut her off. And then even after we watched the whole video, and then my sister was so pissed. She's like, "Can we get back to it?" And she's like, "Yeah." And then my mom would just randomly interrupt her in the middle of her story to ask me a question about the video.
Oh my God. So what I'm hearing here is everyone watching this right now, if Alex's family can get broken up over this video and still enjoy it, you guys should be sharing this with everybody you know. Everybody should be watching this. Maybe not the full live stream, but we got other content out there. You guys should be enjoying this, interrupting your siblings with this. Come on.
Dude, if
So,
you are like,
If
and you are the
can-
third favorite child,
Yes.
this is how
if
you get
people
show your mom
do
this video.
like this stuff. If they like us doing this stuff, it would be great to have your support, because we're going to have a lot of podcast stuff in between, but we still plan on doing events like this in the future.
Right.
So it'd be great if you guys could support us. It's a beautiful thing.
We'll let this play.
The magical moment for me was because a lot of this was thought out. Like the Get Out of My Swamp thing was totally not commercialized, but it was so like thought out. Like I'm going to have people singing Get Out of My Swamp by the end of this song. It is my goal. I will do everything to make this song like feel that way and invoke that emotion.
It was constructed with a purpose.
Exactly. And so was the flow of the entire set. I actually went off a lot of what Zach has told me in the past, his favorite like structure to sets and or like albums. And so that's how we paced it, kind of thing. And no, just like we had a song, we were covering Hallelujah, and halfway through Zach and I decide, hey, we can't just do Hallelujah. We got to do something more relevant. It has to be a parody of some kind. We're Ogre Patrol. So we changed the lyrics to I Hate Minions instead of Hallelujah. And we only do that for one chorus. For one singular chorus do we say I Hate Minions. And the crowd instantly starts singing it with us. And you can see them actually swaying back and forth in one of these shots. It's pretty good. We'll see it when it comes across. But you can see the people in front just swaying back and forth to a slow song. And it's us singing I Hate Minions.
Dude,
Like,
they got into it.
I do recall somebody from the crowd shouting F Minions.
Yeah.
I feel like
they were bought into everything that we did. Every single thing.
I feel like none of those people actually hated Minions before they came in, and I think they left with a genuine hate for Minions. I think they heard that song and they heard the lines and they went, you know what? Actually, fuck Minions. For real though.
Yeah. So the way that I think about it, it's kind of like feelings nobody asked for, but they got them anyway, and they loved it. And that's what we're here for. That's art, invoke feelings nobody knew they needed. Nobody even asked for them.
I always wanted to ask Justin for the Minions song. How does it feel knowing that somewhere in that audience, somebody, whenever they look at Minions, they're going to think of that song that you made?
I think this is gonna stick with a lot of people, not forever, but for a good amount of time, and that's what makes it fun for me. That's what makes it fun just doing the podcast in general. I can't complain. I have no complaints. I also think this is the I don't want to say the smallest production that we're ever gonna have, but this is the beginning. I believe we're gonna do some way more messed up things than this.
I feel like what I love about this in general is so it was a struggle. Like literally, this was like Shrek Fest for me was like going through the 5 stages of grief. It was hard. Like it was like this battle. No, it was like this battle of like, oh my God, this is awesome. We're doing this. And then what me and Zach, when Zach was taking me home, we were talking in the car, just completely out of it. And I think Zach put it best. He's like, I don't know if this was the stepping stones to life that were laid out in front of me, or if this was a weird detour. All I know is that it was a great time. But
you could not have timed that better. You could not have timed that quote better than with Justin Shake.
Yeah.
The other thing is too, we are going to be doing merch drops. It's a great way to support us. We're not trying to get rich or anything off of it, but if you support our merch, guess what? We're going to be doing more events like this. And the other thing is we are also going to put a lot into our merch coming up. We're going to have a lot of lines coming up. Kyle, could you bring up our merch page?
And we want to do as much as we can with the people that like what we're doing. We have a lot of people in our personal lives that are like, hey, I watched that video. I really liked it. That was really funny, that thing that you guys did. And then Kyle saw the screen. And but then also we want to interact with those people that we might not know in our personal life and interact and bring your stuff onto it as well.
Yeah, can you bring it up, please?
Whoa, that yellow shirt looks cool. What is
What is
that?
that yellow shirt? That looks
it.
new.
Can we zoom in at all, or
can we pull that up?
Oh, my goodness! You saw it here first, folks.
What is that title, Kyle?
Kyle, just a quick question. How are you feeling right now?
Were you all in on this?
He's speechless. He loves it.
You want one, don't you?
I know I do. I don't know about anyone else, but I know I do, and at least 50 other people that do.
Go to the shorts. Let's look at the shorts. They're not. We literally can't fix it. Like, at least, Justin, correct me if I'm wrong. They literally are made like wrong. Like, they're just because they weren't prepared, and now you can't take them off.
I can take them off. It's a very strenuous process, but also
I like them.
Also, I kind of like that they're messed up, so that's why.
I like it more. I feel like it just fits better.
Yeah, I mean, I want Kyle's forehead there on my shorts.
I want a whole Kyle outfit.
I'm not sharing anymore.
So no. Can we get an honest reaction though?
You didn't
Kyle?
show-
Like, how are you feeling?
You didn't show our other merch though.
I know what this is for. I'll pull it up for the actual merchandise.
That's actual merchandise.
Oh no, Kyle. Here's the thing: other people have been ordering the Kyle pizza bagel already.
Dude,
I
I
showed
showed some people all of our merch, and they said, "Oh, that's cool, but I don't really know your podcast well enough." And literally almost all of them looked at the Kyle pizza bagel shirt and were like, "I don't know who that guy is, but I think that picture is hilarious, and I think it'd be funny to have a random guy holding a pizza bagel on a shirt."
It fits that weird brand of just what the heck.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
People are loving it. You are literally going to be famous. Target going to hit us up, put it on their shelves. Retailers all over, they want it.
Yeah.
How much?
Justin,
What percentage? What percentage would you ask for, Kyle?
Well,
of the cuts.
Well, this picture's used without my permission. So, like, can I sue?
No, I took the picture, so it's mine. And you asked me to take the picture, so no.
No, I didn't.
You did.
Came out
for the picture.
It looks like you posed. Yeah, that's obviously consent. So, based on that fact, Justin, you want to run through the other merch that's on there? Talk about that a little bit?
Okay, so really quick, we've got the Asnaf Weenie collection.
I got multiple of those in my closet. I like them.
Yep, a lot of people have weenies in their closet. And then we have the Meat Slayer collection because guess what? I'm going to be doing some food challenges soon. And then, unbeknownst to everyone here, we've got something else coming out. We got our Taco Boat Tuesday launch coming. Because guess what? Next month, Taco Boat Tuesday, the first Tuesday of every month, we're going to be doing a Taco Boat Tuesday episode. We're going to launch that. And Kyle, what else does Taco Boat Tuesday have now?
Monkeys.
Yeah. Well,
what?
Okay. So not this month. Next month is Spooky month. But the month after will be monkeys, yes. No, but what are we going to have with every Taco Boat Tuesday release?
Oh, yeah. Themed Spotify playlists. Themed Spotify playlists.
What?
Yeah.
What does that even mean?
What is that? Yeah.
Get
We're
you
gonna
guys
have a theme.
Get you in the mood. We're going to be building specifically themed Spotify playlists for you guys to get in the mood and jam out to. I did not realize that the monkey one was going to get delayed. So I've been working on that.
Someone missed a meeting or something. I don't know.
Yeah, man.
That was kind of important.
That just means you got more time to perfect the monkeys. You know?
Would you say that this upcoming episode is maybe one you didn't ask for?
Can we wrap it up before we have to deal with another one of those lines?
Wow.
Oh, they're never going away.
I would say before we head out here, I just want to say that
I love the feedback from the community. Thank you guys. A lot of people have been messaging us and or just talking to us, calling me. That's been a thing too. And yeah, we just love the support. We're going to do a lot of weird stuff like this. There's going to be a lot more just produced content in general, coincide with 3 times a week, guys. 3 times a week, you're going to get content from us. When in the past, it was like once a week, every couple weeks. Like,
yeah.
So you're going to see us a lot more. Make us part of your routine. If not, that's fine too. We'll just still be doing this stuff. So who cares? But yeah, you guys.
It's all because of you guys, all for you guys. So we need that support. We appreciate it so much.
Please.
No, it's all for Lil Rumpy. It's all for Lil Rumpy.
I guess so.
Lil Rumpy is like Kanye is the Kanye of Shrek music.
Yeah.
Just remember on the final note, whether you're young or whether you're old, please keep tuning in to ASNAF. Thank you.
Follow us ASNAF socials everywhere.
Also, I just want to give a quick shout out to the people at Shrekfest for letting us rock.
3GI, thank you so much.
3GI.
Thank you guys.
Piggy 2, Piggy 3, Piggy passed out on the floor. Big bad wolf looking like he